Hello and welcome back to another one of my videos. My name is Heidi Postuma and I am a real estate agent here in Christchurch, New Zealand. So if you want to find out anything about buying or selling here in New Zealand, then stick around because I think you're going to like it here. So today we're going to discuss the different methods of sale. You might have seen different methods of sale come up in different listings. They can be really confusing when you first start to look and you don't really know what the different methods of sale are or what they actually mean. So we're going to dive into that today, and hopefully this will help the next time you see a listing with a certain method of sale. Firstly, let's talk about auctions. Think of it like a trade me auction where there's a product and multiple people want it and you're all bidding for it to be the highest bidder. The highest bidder will win that product. In this case, the product is real estate. Because come auction time, whoever is the highest bidder is legally required to buy the property. Bidders need to make sure that they are able to, that they can have the money to buy it and that they are happy with the product, because if you are the highest bidder, there's no backseas. You can't then put in extra conditions. So auctions are cash and unconditional. That means that before auction date, bidders need to make sure that they have their finances sorted, which means that they need to have talked to their mortgage broker or the bank to make sure that they are able to bid up to a certain amount and know what certain amount that they are pre-approved to bid up to. They need to make sure that they've had insurance, so in the case that you win the property, that you are able to get insurance to insure the property, and that your lawyer has looked through the documents to make sure that they are happy with the contract. So I always recommend people seek technical and legal advice before the auction date, because auctions are cash and unconditional, which means that once the hammer goes down, it's sold. Congratulations, you have got yourself a property. A deadline is kind of like a silent auction. So there's a set date where all the offers have to be in by, so that is the deadline. At any point before that deadline, buyers can fill in a sale and purchase agreement with their conditions on it and hand it in on the date of the deadline. The agent will then take all the offers and present it to the vendor. The vendor can then choose one offer that they like the best and either accept it on the spot or counter it going into negotiations with a best offer that has been presented to them. Because there's space after the deadline for negotiations to happen, deadline offers do not have to be unconditional. They can have conditions or the buyer's wish list as such on it, but they can also be unconditional should the buyer want. Something else you might have seen attached to the terms auctions or deadlines are the terms not selling prior or unless sold prior. Not selling prior is exactly what it means. It means that the vendors have opted to not sell prior to the original date that they had set. That just means that they don't want to accept or they don't want to look at any offer prior to that deadline date or that auction date. They want to wait till the very end of the campaign and then see what happens. This is great for buyers because it means that you've got the full campaign to get ready for either the auction or the deadline, and you don't have to worry about other buyers putting in an offer and the deadline coming forwards and having to rush your due diligence. Unless sold prior, on the other hand, means that you or any other buyer can at any point put in an offer. The vendor then has 24 hours to either accept or reject that offer. If they reject it, then nothing happens and the campaign keeps going. If they accept it, then the original deadline date or the original auction date gets brought forwards. If it was an auction, then the offer that was accepted then becomes the reserve price. That means that at the auction, the property is definitely going to sell, but it also just gives other people a chance as well. With deadlines, the deadline gets brought forwards and other buyers have an opportunity to then put in an offer as well before that new deadline. Another method you may have seen are listings where there's a price on the listing. This is pretty self-explanatory. It usually gives an indication of what the vendors are hoping for. With priced listings, I would still recommend you put in a competitive offer because you never know how many other people are also wanting that property as well. Hopefully this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!